So a room full of bright and beautiful women, all of them entrepreneurs. What are you going to ask of the finance minister? Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Sahitya, founder of Sweet Tooth, Flaky Bakes and Auberry. I'm a food manufacturing unit. I supply food on a daily basis to all the growing QSRs and the flights. So I really wanted to ask about restructuring the GST, which has been a major challenge in the food industry especially. So from my manufacturing unit where I supply the food, the GST is like 18%, and at the retail I can take only 5%. So that restructuring of GST is something which I definitely wanted to ask. And the second thing is the infrastructure bill. I am wanting to get like best of the manufacturing unit in South India. So some more favor in getting a right infrastructure and manufacturing unit is what I definitely asked for.
Hi, I'm Rachna, co-founder of UL Life Sciences, which is an innovative company which deals with the innovative products in diagnostics as well as manufacturing. And from budget, what I expect is
You also forgot to say that you're made the COVID kits earliest, testing kits.
Yeah, so we made the COVID kits and we supplied around 4.5 million COVID tests all over India, and manufacturing it, each and every component of the kit in Hyderabad itself. So what I expect from budget, if you look at healthcare products or especially diagnostics, what is expected is that quality should be at par with the best possible kit available in the world, and the prices should be very, very less. So we need some help with the GST reduction in this area, as well as advanced taxes kill us, because the payments are not on time when you are going through government tenders and other things, but you have to pay the tax beforehand, which becomes very difficult. Otherwise, you have to pay fine for it, and it's difficult to manage. So I hope we get some help in this regard.
Hi, I'm Usha Palyat. I'm a startup mentor and an angel investor. I have two asks. One, the long-term capital gains for unlisted companies is at 20% versus 10% for listed companies. So if that can be brought down to 10%, equivalent to listed companies, a lot more people would be investing into angel investing and seed investments, and all of that would happen. The second one I would look at is government or procurement. There's 3% government procurement allocated for women entrepreneurs, but less than 1% is happening right now. There should be a lot more outreach from the government for procuring from women entrepreneurs, and that would help more women entrepreneurs get there.
Hi, I'm Nandita Sethi. I'm the founder and managing director of the Entrepreneur Zone. We have helped lots of startups to start their businesses. We have launched them into the market, and many of them have been women entrepreneurs. So while there is women entrepreneurs are on a high wave, yet we have only 14% women-led enterprises in India. So my ask from the budget would be, the reason why we don't find these entrepreneurs coming up is mainly because of two reasons. One is the access to funding, and the second is the skill development which they really require. So we need schemes which are more women-friendly, and also a lot of access to loans is very difficult, as well as lowering of interest rates on women loans. The second thing is women women-led enterprises should be added in the priority list for these eligibility for these kind of loans. The third thing would be a lot of impetus on skill development for women, which they really need. Therefore, institutions and organizations which are doing this skill development for women entrepreneurs, we are paying 18% GST on this, and this really increases our cost for delivering. So lower this cost between 5 to 10%.
Maitri.
I'm Maitri. I'm the co-founder of Startoon Labs Private Limited, a medical device company. So usually the innovations which are born in India has global appeal, but the policies are not really very friendly to create Indian startup as a global platform to showcase at par with the other countries as well. So I'm looking forward to more policies and budgets which are trying to help startups in creating subsidies in IPs or commercialization at a global platform, and collaborations with different countries at government levels also, so that it becomes easier to get the innovations from India at a larger platform.
Hi, I'm Sakita. I'm the co-founder of Smart Pharma 360. We're a vertical SaaS platform for specific to pharmaceutical industry. And my ask would be that India has a vision of 5 trillion economy by 26-27. But for that to achieve, we need to have a heavy participation from women workforce because we constitute 50% of the population. But we see everywhere, and it's obvious that the barrier is very high for women entrepreneurs. But for that to lower, government has to have specific funds, heavy funds allocated just for women-led startups, and that would be my ask.
Hello, this is Aisha, a co-founder of Delight Services, where we do a complete branding and marketing for the startups. So my expectations for this budgeting is the tax relief has to be, sorry. We need to revise the exemptions and the tax.
Hi, I'm Maya Vivek. I'm the founder for Urvi Sustainable Concepts Limited, where we initiated a brand called Holy Waste, where we are looking at transforming lives by transforming flowers. Basically, we are into flower waste recycling. My ask from the budget, of course, coming from the sustainability and climate action segment, I would look at how the people there could help us incentivize and create metrics specific for companies like ours, social ventures like ours, which are creating an impact as well as generating jobs. We would like to see, if of course, access to funds is another thing that I would definitely be looking for, and perseverance. Especially so for women entrepreneurs, it's always the barriers are always higher. So reward the perseverance with which they conduct business. These are a few of my asks. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Chetna Somavarapu and I'm the founder of forwardparcel.com. We are a parcel forwarding service from India. We enable people who live outside India to shop and ship from India with ease and without asking for favors from anybody. From the budget 2023, I'm expecting or hoping that the GST on shipping and logistics would reduce, because that is usually always forms a big part of any business, and a little help will go a long way. Also, compliance and export is still a paperwork heavy exercise, and simplifying it would also help. Thank you.
Okay. Sulakshna.
Hi, I'm Sulakshna. I'm the founder of Shushu Babies, which is an Ayurvedic and vegan kids skincare brand. So my ask and expectation from the budget is to give more schemes and more funding for women entrepreneurs, especially into the FMCG category, which is heavily crowded. And the startup ecosystem is mostly dominated by tech startups. Coming from an FMCG category, I would want more schemes and more funds to be supporting in this heavily crowded category. And also I would want a little bit of more budget allocated for government aided incubation centers also, because as a part of VHub incubation, I have gotten a lot of support and also a lot of mentorship from here. So I would want the same to be given to even to the rural and tribal areas also. So that is another ask.
Okay, I'm going to actually ask the CEO of VHub, because she's talking about having this on a national scale, and this is something that Telangana initiated, the only one in the country.
Yes, thank you, Uma. So my name is Deepthi and I'm the CEO for VHub. And over the past 5 years that VHub has existed, as you have seen, we have entrepreneurs from all sectors, and the requirements and requests from the budget are very, very different. And a lot of them have actually been shaped from the pandemic as well. So it has been, when Sulakshna said we need more support and more incubation hubs, it's a validation of the work that we've been doing. So it's always very heartening. But one of the big things that we would like to request as a VHub from Telangana is that we need to make sure that, when we talk about women entrepreneurship, we cannot go with the one size fits all approach. How do we make sure that, entrepreneurs who are from different sectors, especially women entrepreneurs, get all the support that they need in terms of working capital or in terms of access to a market or procurement or so much more that our entrepreneurs have spoken about? How do you make sure that, it is categorized and it is also supported better? in the budget by way of fiscal and non-fiscal incentives, and that has been the biggest ask that I think we as an incubation center can make, and we can make sure that women are not just one part of the economic engine, but a big force in the way that the country is going on, and it will go on to become a powerful economy in the coming years.
Okay. May I ask you to introduce yourself and tell me what your ask from the finance minister is?
Hi, this is Namrata, and I work with the IT sector.
As an IT professional, what are your, do you have any asks from the finance minister?
Please revise the slabs. So that is so important, I think, right now. And with India looking at a growth of almost 6%, 6.1%, that we're looking at, definitely a revision on the slabs is going to be big help. And I'm sure, I think the funds that are getting collected needs to be like with, for this WeHub or the incubation setups that we're looking at. A lot of women entrepreneurs need that help and support right now. And
To make
that jump, because everybody needs that one, that nudge always, and that should come when you have a revision in the slabs and, ensure the funds are going to the right spots of all the incubators.
Okay, so that's the voices of women entrepreneurs asking the finance minister to look towards them, to say this is the way we need to go so that India's economy reaches the size that we are all hoping it will at the earliest possible. In Hyderabad, with camera person Nagraju, Sudhir, NDTV.